Hi everyone, and welcome to today's webinar, Helping Your Child Get Settled After a PCS Move. My name is Dr. Gregory Leskin. I serve as Program Director for Military Families for the National Child Traumatic Stress Network, and it's a great pleasure to be here today.
And I'm Julia Yeary. I'm the Director of Military Family Projects at 0 to 3. You know, summer brings warmer weather, vacations, and PCS season. Are you one of the families moving to a new installation right now? Well, every change brings with it the sadness of endings, but also the hope for new beginnings. PCSing is no different. Your family will be sad to leave the friends that you've made and the familiar places that you go to relax and play. Your kids will be saying goodbye to their school and to their many good friends. We know that this can be very hard on families. We hope today we can share some ideas that will help put the emphasis on the hope for the new beginnings and help give you strategies for creating new relationships and dealing with all of those I miss this sighs that you'll be trying to counter at your new installation with your little ones. For your little ones, change can be a bit scary. What helps little ones feel more settled during uncertain times? Well, Dr. Megan Gunner from the University of Minnesota studied this and learned in her research that consistency, predictability, and social support are the key. Having consistent routines during a move and when you arrive at your new duty station can make a huge difference for children. The more things that you can keep the same during the move, while you're waiting for permanent housing, and while getting settled, the better. That might include like your mealtime routines, like who sits where, or whether or not you say grace or a few words before starting. And it would include bedtime routines like, bath, then books, then sleep. It could even include the bedding that you use on your beds. I know when my daughter was 18 months old, we moved from Virginia to Hawaii, and I started her in a portable crib with her favorite blanket about a month before we moved. And then we used that same portable crib as we traveled across country, stopping at relatives' houses when we were in our temporary lodging facility, and then set it up in her new room until her crib arrived. Having this routine, having the consistency of this portable crib, all of that helped to make things predictable. So, why is predictability important? Well, when children know what comes next, they feel a sense of control over their world. And so, when everything around them is topsy turvy, at least they know that after nap, I get to play with my toys. And after that, we're going to read books. And then we're going to go for a walk because that's my routine. I can count on it. Knowing what comes next creates this feeling of security that is so important when things are changing around them. So, social support is the last element in these three steps. And with all of the coping with change or stress, it really is important to have someone who helps that child to know that they can feel all of their feelings and that they'll be okay. Someone who's going to say to them, hey, it's going to be all right. You know what? And I'm here. My love is unconditional. I will always be here to keep you safe and to love you. So consistency, predictability, and social support. But one more thing in every new situation is so important. This is how you're feeling and how you're doing. Because your young child will be looking at you to decide how they feel, how they should feel. We call this social referencing. It's why it's so important for you to find a way to take good care of yourself and find your own network so you can have cheerleaders in your corner. More on that in a little bit.
Absolutely. There are a number of considerations for parents of older children experiencing a PCS move, including change of location, home, and school. Today, I will present a number of excellent resources to assist parents to address the most common challenges associated with moving, as well as develop some strategies to maintain family structure and routines and manage behavior issues at home. As Julia was just mentioning, as families relocate to a new setting, they might experience sudden and major changes within the family. These changes might be accompanied by some differences in your child's behavior as they try to adapt the best they can, including making sense of any changes and any emotional responses they may be feeling. Your child might be experiencing excitement at the opportunities that await them in their new setting. They might also be worried about being the new kid or not being able to meet new friends. Or they might just really miss their best friends and want to spend all their time playing Minecraft with them. And they may not be so interested in meeting someone new. It is really important to talk with your child ahead of time and start to prepare them, not only for the move, but also planning to make a healthy separation process for everyone. Make sure to plan lots of times to share goodbyes, verbally and written, with your military and civilian community prior to your move. And use this as a model to opportunity to model healthy separation with your child. Some children might benefit from participating in some transitional exercises, like helping pack their special belongings for the trip or picking out colors for their new bedroom. It is also possible that your child might resist the change and state that they don't want to move or say, I'm not going to move. You guys go ahead without me. It is really important for parents, especially when you as parents might already be stressed out with all the details of planning the upcoming move, to remember to prepare for any type of emotional reaction by your child and to take time to listen to your child's feelings and concerns about moving and to reassure them, saying, I know that moving can be scary, but it can also be an adventure to move to a new place. I'm really curious to explore some of the new playgrounds we found on the map near the house. That's a good example of a reassuring statement. It is really important for parents to establish the move as a positive next step for the family and provide the child with many opportunities to demonstrate mastery and control, including ongoing open communication with their parents about what to expect when they get to a new location. Some other favorite activities to help establish routines are to check in with the local library, check out the book collection, or find a new favorite pizza place, or new groups for your children to join. There are so many great programs or activities for children on base or online, or include sports or STEM, musical performance, building robots, and exploring animal life. These activities will be of great interest to your child and help them to connect with others in their new communities.
Thanks, Greg. You know, another concern of many families when they move to a new installation is finding childcare. The Department of Defense has a great program to make this less of an issue. Have you heard about military childcare? I think you already do know that the child and youth programs provide childcare services for children of DoD personnel who are under 18 years of age. Well, military childcare captures the military childcare services for children from birth until 12 years of age. It allows you to register, to find out about what's available at your new installation before you get there, to find out really the different types of childcare that might be available for your kids. For example, you might consider family childcare homes as well as considering the child development centers. I know my own daughter used family care homes when she was little. The ones recommended through military childcare really are those that are inspected and monitored by the installations, have a great network of support to cover if your provider is out sick or goes on vacation, because they know how important it is that you can rely on your provider to be there so you can go to work or go to school. And if your installation has no openings, they have a fee assistance program called Military Child Care in Your Neighborhood that's facilitated by Child Care Aware. This Department of Defense program is for active duty service members, including reservists who are on active orders, who are unable to access childcare on their own installation because there's no vacancies and the childcare site has a long waiting list, or because the available on installation programs don't meet their family's needs, because you might have, for instance, a child with an exceptional need. or perhaps because the family lives farther than 15 miles away from the installation. For any childcare program, the earlier you sign up, the better. So don't wait until the last minute. But if you did wait until the last minute, don't worry. They'll still do everything they can to support you.
Yes. Children and teens might have lots of feelings about making a move, including feelings of loss related, related to separating from their friends and comforts associated with their own rooms or familiar communities, as well as their established routines, activities, and places they love to visit. One helpful activity is to create a moving journal with your child. This can be an important part of a regular daily activity before and during the move that helps the child to collect their thoughts and capture images and feelings associated with all the places that they are leaving, as well as the journey to their new homes. Encourage your child to draw pictures or print out photographs and paste into your child's moving journal. It is very important that you also encourage your child to write about these pictures, including what is most important to them about this image. What are their most important memories of these places and the things that they'd like to remember? It is also important for your child to continue to include new pictures and capture other important aspects of the move and journey. Maybe they meet a new friend at the airport or have a pleasant experience exploring a new town. Give your child lots of praise and show lots of interest for any of these open and positive experiences along the way to their new location. This can really help them foster and reinforce the move, the PCS, as an opportunity to learn new skills and make this a time of positive transition. Of course, your child may experience grief, depression, or even anxiety related to their move. Parents should monitor their children's emotional reactions, honor their grief and sense of loss, encourage their children to share those feelings, and help them find ways to express them in positive ways. Once you get to your new home location, try to work on setting up new schedules and routines as soon as possible. Include your child in discussing what some of the first scheduled events will be, such as checking out the new base installation, driving around the town and checking out the new grocery stores and shops and restaurants. Also, make sure to work on establishing the child's new room. They might feel especially anxious to reach out to friends and let them know that they have arrived. It is perfectly normal for your child to want to stay connected with their friends as they start to settle in and begin this process to make new connections in their communities. Also, check with your new school to see if they are offering any orientations or picnics or social events before school starts in the fall. This is a great opportunity to meet other students and parents before school begins.
As I mentioned earlier, your kids are going to take their cue from you. So it's really important for you to practice self care and mindfulness. Moving can be so hard on you. Make sure you find your support too, whether it's introducing yourself to your neighbors, volunteering, helping your child's school, joining your family readiness group, or meeting people at your job. You need to find your social connections in your new home. And if you find getting settled in at your new home is tough, consider working with a military family life counselor or a chaplain to come up with strategies to help you with the move. We have included a few links to resources below in the chat for you to check out with ideas on making moving just a little easier for your child, including resources on Babies on the Home Front, 0 to 3's free app, or Military Child Education Coalition's Student Transition Guide, as well as on Military One Source. If you're moving this summer, safe travels. And as always, we thank you for all that you do for your country, for your family, and for yourself. Thank you.